I would like to introduce with you Sahar. She's from AVSI Syria. Sahar was with us in a training for made by G Section for ArcGIS tools, the ArcGIS Online dashboards. So this is an interview feedback to see how it was the training for you and for your other colleagues. So Sahar, if you could give us a small briefing about you, about what you do in AFSI.
Okay, my name is Sahar. I'm the mail coordinator in AVSI Iraq. I'm Syrian. My work mainly related to the monitoring, evaluation, accountability, and learning, and every single tool and component that is coming under those titles, like starting from the very basic data needed to build the project, and also I'm supporting in the proposal preparing, need assessment, let's say, also use all these, let's say, parts of my work to improve and develop the programs to better present, let's say, our service and better improve the service itself we are providing. It's connected most of the time of the donor requirements, but يعني.
But like basically, so before the training, how did you usually use these tools with like maps, geographic data with your work? Like what did you mainly use?
Okay, honestly, me, it's not my like area of expertise. Okay, we started like a few years ago with this free tool. It's Q GRS, I think. Yes, so mainly GIS, sorry. So mainly we were using this. How we used it? We used it like to present the locations of the operation activities, like feedbacks we receive. We start like with baby steps.
Okay.
The tool itself, as it is free tool, it required sometimes a lot of, let's say, processing to reach the final layout and result you need. And me, since I'm not super like, I'm not deeply engaged in GIS, I didn't, let's say, use it as an online or let's say live data connection with this application or this tool.
Okay, but like during the training, did you find something maybe interesting that was appealing for you? Like, do you have a preferred, like, did you saw one of the tools that was made, like, or like, made a training for it, like, ArcGIS Online dashboard, the survey 123, that maybe matters for AFSI or for you to work in?
I think in the last two sessions, I cannot like remember exactly. Someone from our colleagues informed Luca that mainly in AVSI, ArcGIS will be used based on data we exported from activity info. So this was our mainly focus, how we can connect this data in the most friendly and easy way to use, even for those who are not experts in GIS. So for me, the last two, I would say, sessions of the training were really helpful. Okay, for me, everything was new, everything was nice, and me, I was trying to apply the, let's say, the exercise directly with him. Of course, I was slow, and but it was really helpful. The difference between the application and the dashboard, the online one, sorry, not the dashboard, the online ArcGIS. Me, I cannot say the exact preference for me.
Yes.
Because for me, look, this needs someone who is like stronger in terms of skills. But I believe that whenever we start using it, then we can identify what is the most, let's say, tool that we can benefit to the most limit. For me, I was following step by step what he was giving us. And when I was late, I was always getting back to the records before the next session.
Okay.
It was, for me, it was really important to understand it, because this time we got opportunity to have someone professional to provide us with the training. With the QGIS, it was someone in MEAL department who gave the training. So mainly the focus was on exactly what we need. So if you want to develop something or improve it, you need to depend on your own skills and do your own search to do it.
Do you think like GIS could be like changing the way AVSI operate in the field?
It depends on the countries also. Like, look, نحن in our baseline assessments, in our visit or activities, mostly we try to record the GPS.
Okay.
We are facing some challenges. Sometimes it takes too long time, which affect also the number of assessments we can do. Second, it's not always accurate. Third, in some locations, it raises questions from authority. Why you are recording GPSs? As AVSI here, we always take an approvals before going and doing any assessment, but it could be a challenge. Like, as far as I know, for example, in Syria, a few years ago, was not allowed, but it was forbidden to take a smartphone and go to the field to do data collection. How it can help us here more with, even if we have like the list of locations where we are operating, we can find then the GPSs of it online. And I noticed that with ArcGIS, it can give you it directly without going to Google and find it on Google Map and then connect it with GIS. So it has more functions. The functions that it has, it's more helpful.
Based on of this, like, how do you see GIS could help make projects more effective, more sustainable in the future? Like, after doing all this training, do you think like it could be more useful for projects?
It could be more useful, of course, because it will show, let's say, on real time where we are working. One of the benefits of ArcGIS that you can connect it with the live data. Okay. This is something, for me, it was really nice and really important. And for example, me, I directly connected with my feedback database, which is usually updated whenever I receive feedback from the field. We take the location. So for example, if I want to create a live dashboard for this specific component of my work, it will be very nice to have a map with it that shows those feedbacks, where it comes from. This is very simple example. And also I believe in a strategical level, like as an organization, moving from an emergency response completely to emergency / developing, especially here in Iraq, I believe that also showing our donors, the stakeholders, the beneficiaries themselves, like when we start like providing brochure, presenting the projects, to show them like a small map where we are, what we are doing. I believe also this will help to give an global or regional on Iraq level overview about the I would say the amount and the weight of activities we are implementing. On the other specific details, I will leave it for later, because as I mentioned, yes, I'm so amazed by this new technology. Also ArcGIS itself, regardless, I used QGIS before, but I believe that the moment you start using it, the moment you will start exploring how you can use it for the most benefit that can get back to the work we are doing here.